Elon Musk's mission will last and when he will depart?
Well, Elon is fantastic, and I think he's a patriot, and I think it's a shame what they're doing with his car company. And a great car. It's a great car, great product, and it tells you what a patriot he is. He's amazing. No, I mean, as long as he'd like, I like smart people, and he's a smart person. I also like him personally. When he endorsed me, that's when I really got to know him. I knew him a little bit before that, but not much, and then he endorsed me. And it was a very strong, embracing endorsement, as we all know. And I would say Elon will stay for a certain period of time, and then he's going to want to get back to his businesses full time. But he's done a fantastic job. We found hundreds of, think of it, just hundreds of, we found millions of dollars of fraud and abuse and waste. And they're still going, I mean, they're going strong. They found something today that's horrible. It's horrible. So what they found, well, you'll find out very soon. What they found is incredible. And I give him a lot of credit. He's got some very smart people with him.
Do you think he can finish?
They're working very closely with our secretaries and the people that are the heads of.
Do you think you would appoint him to another position once his 130 days?
Well, I think Elon's great, but he also has a company to run, or a number of companies to run. You know, that he can do this, that he can find the time. He loves the country, that's why he does it. But we're in no rush. But there'll be a point at which time Elon's going to have to leave.
So he doesn't give you a specific date.
I would think a few months.
Even when Elon leaves and goes back to being CEO, will Doge stick around in some kind of capacity?
Yeah, it'll still Doge itself. Yeah. At some point, just so you understand, I don't want to get it wrong. I want Elon to stay as long as possible. Number one, I like him. Number two, he's doing a great job. Number three, he is a patriot. That's why he's doing this. And he's, it's very costly for him. But, so I want him to stay as long as possible. But there'll be a point where he's going to have to leave. And when he does, the secretaries will take totally over. And Doge will stay active. We have a lot of smart people. A lot of those people, I believe, are going to go into the agencies. And they'll work.
And he will basically. The only thing that Vladimir Putin understands is power. You show any kind of a weakness and he will basically go after you. There's a Russian saying that if you use a knife or a bayonet and push in and it's soft, go all the way. If it's hard, pull back. Let's be hard.
Can President Trump actually trust Vladimir Putin? Again, what's the
I don't think
way?
anyone can trust Vladimir Putin. But don't underestimate the capacity of Donald Trump to negotiate a deal, and a tough deal. The most important thing we have to understand that if that deal shows any kind of weakness or loss for Ukraine, we have all lost. For me, it's an issue about the triangle of statehood: independence, sovereignty to decide, and territorial integrity. And let's make sure that all of those stay intact after the peace negotiations are over. The only thing that Vladimir Putin understands is power. You show any kind of a weakness and he will basically go after you. There's a Russian saying that if you use a knife or a bayonet and push in and it's soft, go all the way. If it's hard, pull back. Let's be hard.
Breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu blasts Igbo leaders, discloses timeline for his release. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform. This is Exposed News TV. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, do not forget to share our video to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible, as we continue to give you more updated news and information as it happen for Biafran land. Now let us go straight up to this one. It is actually a good news for Biafrans. President General of the Igbo Community Association, ICA, in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, has disclosed that Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is hopeful that he will be released from the custody of the Department State of Services, DSS, by April 2025. Ezenekwe made this statement after a visit to Kanu at the DSS headquarters in Abuja on April 2nd, 2025. During the visit, Nnamdi Kanu expressed his disappointment over the lack of strong Igbo leadership, stressing the urgent need for renewed advocacy for the region's interests and self-determination. Despite his continued detention, Nnamdi Kanu appeared healthy, having gained weight and remained in high spirit. He reaffirmed his confidence in his legal team and expressed hope that the court would grant him freedom in the near future. However, Kanu also lamented the absence of significant voices advocating for the welfare and rights of the Igbo people, a concern he shared with Ezenekwe. He also noted that the Igbo community has been underserved by its leaders, particularly in terms of defending the cause of the people. Nnamdi Kanu also voiced concern over the historical neglect of Igbo freedom fighters, particularly citing the case of Ralph Uwazurike, a prominent figure in the pro-Biafra movement. Kanu emphasized that Uwazurike, despite his good intention, had been abandoned by his own people during his imprisonment, a fate Kanu fears would weaken the broader struggle for self-determination. In his statement, Ezenekwe expressed Kanu's frustration with the perceived leadership vacuum within the Igbo community. He highlighted how such neglect has allowed the Igbo voice to fade at a crucial time, especially as Nigeria continues to face political and social tensions. Kanu's sentiment evoked memories of past struggles and served as a call to action for more active and unified leadership. In light of Kanu's remark and his continued detention, Ezenekwe appealed directly to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, urging him to intervene in Kanu's case. He reminded the president of his historical role in the pro-democracy movement and called on him to demonstrate the political will to secure Kanu's release. Ezenekwe characterized Kanu's detention as a symbol of political repression rather than a fair legal process. He urged President Tinubu to reflect on his own struggle for democracy and justice, and to take decisive action in ensuring that Kanu's rights are upheld. Ezenekwe concluded by emphasizing the importance of unity and collective action within the Igbo community, urging them not to forsake their freedom fighters who have paved the way for the region's liberation. And that is that on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Let us hear the news in detail.
Nnamdi Kanu speaks from DSS custody, says it's Biafra or nothing, warns the saboteurs. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel/television this very moment. Today's date is 4th of April 2025, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has spoken once again from the DSS custody as he was paid a courtesy visit by some group of people known as Igbo Community Association. So without further ado, I would want us to read this very news in details and hear what Nnamdi Kanu has to say. And according to his statement, Nnamdi Kanu's statement, which I will be reading from 247U Reports, which also was posted on the official X account of Barrister Aloye Jimako, the special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. The headline says, "I didn't commit any offense," Kanu maintains, as Igbo Community Association PG visits calls for his release. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, has reiterated his innocence, stating that he has committed no offense, even as he expressed staunch faith in the judicial process to set him free. Kanu disclosed this during a solidarity visit to him on Wednesday by the President General of the Igbo Community Association in the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Engineer Ikenna Ellis Ezenekwe, at the Department of State Services DSS headquarters in Abuja. Engineer Ellis Ezenekwe, speaking shortly after the visit, described Kanu as looking healthy and jovial despite the prolonged detention. According to him, Kanu appeared relaxed and had even gained weight, which he noted as a positive sign. According to him, the IPOB leader, who was visibly pleased with the visit, conveyed his appreciation to the Igbo people in Abuja, thanking them for standing by him in these trying times. Now, I don't want to say any wrong words or bad words to this man, but these are the kinds of words we used to hear from the so-called legal locals, the likes of Ifajune Jofo and the man from Bini. I usually forget his name. So we don't want to hear this type of words at the moment. We all know how Nnamdi Kanu looks. We have seen him in recent times when he appeared in the court of the zoo. So what we want to be hearing, anybody who has opportunity to see Nnamdi Kanu, we want to be hearing some burning words that will make us hungry to do more. Those of us who are sitting at home here in Biafra land will be able to do more, to add more effort, more fire. Don't come to tell us how healthy he's looking, how pleased he is. He can never look healthy in the custody of DSS, in a solitary confinement. No. He can never look healthy or even though he's gaining weight because he lacks exercise. We know the condition of Nnamdi Kanu. We know even the tough condition that DSS has subjected him to. We know, whereby even other inmates cannot even, speak to Nnamdi Kanu, because if they do, they will be punished. So what are we talking about? Somebody that lacks exercise, of course, he's going to gain weight. So please, I don't want to talk too much about that. Anybody that has opportunity to visit Nnamdi Kanu must not come to the public to tell us how good he looks, because he can never look good in a solitary confinement. Please. After all, he has been wearing only one cloth for the past 4 years, going to 5 years now, and you want to tell us how good he looks. Now, he was happy for the visit and extended his gratitude to the Igbo community in Abuja. He said, "Tell our people, I am well. I am taking my drugs and I am good." You see, he said, "I am taking my drugs." So he's under medication. Nnamdi Kanu has been under medication for the past 4 years. And you are telling me that he's healthy? No. Now, he said, Chukwu Okike Abiama is on the throne. Very good. His spirits were high. The same was. He's in high spirits. He's in high spirit. I don't want to hear this, please. But let me continue. And he expressed his confidence in his legal team. Yes, of course. He strongly believes that the court will grant him freedom from the DSS holding cell by the end of April 2025. Engineer Ellis Ezenekwe recounts. Okay, I love that spirit actually. Continuing, he said that during their interaction, Kanu bemoaned the current state of Igbo leadership, expressing frustration that no one seems to be championing the cause of Igbo in the Nigerian polity. He lamented that the plight of the Igbo people continues to worsen, especially in the current political climate, where he perceives a lack of vocal and decisive leadership from Igbo. Kanu also reiterated his call for a referendum, maintaining that his advocacy has always been peaceful and aimed at awakening the consciousness of Igbo. "I have not committed any offense. I only told our people to wake up from sleep," he insisted, reaffirming his commitment to a cause of self-determination through a non-violence means. Did you hear that? That means it is Biafra or nothing. It is Biafra or nothing. He is inside the DSS dungeon telling you that he reaffirms his commitment. He reaffirms his commitment. He reaffirms. I want you to sink deep down into your ear. He reaffirms his commitment to the cause of self-determination. Only that alone can tell you. That is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu can never be Omo Eleshowore. Nnamdi Kanu can never be others. When they say, they are holding him because he's an Igbo man, I tell you, no. It's not because he's an Igbo man, though it plays a crucial role, but it's not just that. Others that were released recently, who were also accused, by the zoo government with the same charges, have all been released. The likes of Showore, the likes of Sunday Boho, and the Kautahore leader, Bodejo. It's not just because he's an Igbo man, no. It says he reaffirmed his commitment to the cause of self-determination, even though he is in the hands of the enemies. That is how you know a true leader, not just a true leader, but a man who is determined to make history. I am telling you, my people, if you are a Biafran and you have Nnamdi Kanu, you have Simon Ekpa, just be happy. Be happy and thank God, because we are going home. The IPOB leader further emphasized the need for the Igbo community to support their freedom fighters. So say it go. Let me take that again. The IPOB leader further emphasized the need for the Igbo community to support their freedom fighters. Their freedom fighters. Their freedom fighters. If you know, you know. Nnamdi Kanu is only one person. And if you want to use that same word on him, you call him a freedom fighter. But he said to support their freedom fighters. That means there are other people that he is talking about. Do you need more explanation? Let's continue. He said to support their freedom fighters, cautioning against the tendency to abandon those who fight for their cause. Did you get that? This is very simple and plain. Nnamdi Kanu has sent message to the saboteurs, cautioning. It is very, very bold. Cautioning against the tendency to abandon those who fight for their cause. If you know you are still sitting at home till today, I want to go hit your chest and call yourself a man. Hit your chest and call yourself a real woman, a real Igbo person. Hit your chest and call yourself, say, I am an Igbo man. Say, I am an Igbo woman. If you are still sitting at home till today, call yourself a fighter. That is the reason Nnamdi Kanu said, don't abandon those who fight for your cause. If you are in Europe, America, or any other part of the world where you have the document that can take you to Finland on the 9th of the month of May for the protest of Mazi Simon Ekpa, don't hesitate to buy your ticket. Don't hesitate to prepare yourself. Don't hesitate to be there. Nnamdi Kanu said, don't abandon those who fight for your cause. Mazi Simon Ekpa is among those that fight for your cause. Don't abandon those that fight for your cause. Prepare yourself on the 9th of May. I want the Biafran people to show the entire world and the Finnish authority that what they accuse Mazi Simon Ekpa is false. Because if our people can troop into Finland en masse to protest, that means Mazi Simon Ekpa is an innocent man. He's not a terrorist. But when you arrest and imprison a terrorist or hold terrorists in captivity, I want to tell you that nobody will come to protest for him. And that is what the enemies want us to do. The enemies want us not to do anything for Mazi Simon Ekpa, so that the Finnish authority will say, you see, everybody has run away from you. That means you are actually a terrorist, because it's only a terrorist that will be arrested, imprisoned, or even kept in the custody without any genuine person speaking on his behalf. You understand? It is very simple. Nnamdi Kanu said, do not abandon those who fight for your freedom. And he continued. He drew a parallel with the fate of Rafo Wazirike, the founder of the movement of the actualization of sovereign state of Biafra, who, according to Kanu, faced neglect. Did you get that? According to Nnamdi Kanu, faced neglect during his imprisonment in the Obasanjo era, leading to a perceived compromises. You see, I don't want to speak again. I am coming live this evening to analyze this properly because these 10 minutes recorded broadcast will not be enough to analyze this. So if you are listening to me right now, make sure you follow my live broadcast this evening. Thank you, my people. And make it go viral.
Some of the things you guys are seeing now has been on for a while. This game that is being played is not a game that was scheduled this time. PM is not here. It's just that we needed to declare Biafra. So a lot of things were kept just for peace sake. Don't be fooled. Don't be carried away. Don't trust anybody, including this one that is speaking, but you will know whether I mean well by my actions, not by words. Somebody telling you that he paid for the convention, all the money you are contributing, where is it going? If that's true. And even if the individual did, why is the individual asking for money? Since he's so rich, he doesn't need to do fundraising. And all this while this rich man has been on the platform. I haven't seen any of his co-millionaires coming to help out. Please think. The Biafran government, the United States of Biafra, this one being headed now by Mazi Simon Èkpá, including COS, is not a place for IPOB Nigerian style. We have a mission, and that mission will be accomplished. Thank you. The floor is open for your question. Like I said, be respectful. Question is to clarify. Thank you so much.
If I'm a professional accountant, please, you can reach out to me or reach out to any of the finance secretary or the deputies, so that these are some of the areas we might need help at this time. And again, it is sometimes spending funds comes as an emergency, which we all understand, but we want to run a country where we should be able to know that nobody is sponsoring this United States of Biafra. We don't want that language anymore. If you're borrowing us money, we have to tell you, this is a condition, you have to borrow us money. This is how long it's going to take for us to pay you. But we don't want to hear no more that without somebody, this United States of Biafra is not going to happen, because many Biafrans are contributing in their own way towards this struggle. Many, many, many. And even if somebody comes to borrow us money and we feel that that money is not something we can do, it's okay to reject that. Yes, it is okay. And that's how we'll continue to cut our coat according to our size. Yeah, we know the things we need. And that is why every department is going to be handling the things that come to their table. But that band-aid of putting it on my face or on everybody's face, that without me, this struggle won't go on. I don't want to hear that no more. Thank you so much. So we need CPAs. If you're a CPA, please reach out to me or to the finance secretary. And then, I mean, the more, if we have 2, 3, that'll be fine. That will really help us to really put things in shape. But right now we have some of the accounts we are having. We have those records in place. As some of us are aware, we use those accounts for donations and all that. Yeah, we have some of them, but again, some of them we are not really getting what we need. You know, and I understand when people try to help, they struggle and put in money, much money just for one thing, but we also want to make sure that that there are professionals that are handling those. Thank you so much.
Well, I wasn't satisfied, but I'll just leave it that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, greetings to COS Dr. Kozi Orabaze. Greetings, 247. Greetings, Princess Aggie. Fellow citizens of Biafra. I just want to throw a simple question, which is, COS, which account are which citizens are going to be making the contribution or donation henceforth, if that should be the case?
For the homeland, because I don't have access to that. I've requested for that from those people that are in charge, and they refused. We have a new account which the finance minister is going to send to the homeland. For the diaspora, we intend between now and maybe next fundraising to sort that out. But nothing is going to change on the front end of our website. I think we're going to continue to donate at the www.ipobusa.org. But on the back end, even if we don't do it the next fundraising, hopefully the next fundraising we should be able to, if we don't get, if we're not satisfied with the report, but for now, we are going to, the finance department is going to take care of that. So yeah, once we start fundraising, just continue to donate the money. The only change that might be made may be at the back end if there is need for that.
So what it is because already what I'm saying this in on my profile I have since February, the Biafra Republic Government .org /donate pegged on my profile since February, and that makes me gives me easy access to do whatever I want to do at my leisure hour. So what it means is that from now that is not valid. Is that what you're telling me?
You said which one is not valid?
The one like in my profile I have Biafra Republic gov./donate. The new one that came out, not the IPOBUS.com, the second one.
I think it's the same. Most of the money on the back end, like I said, goes to the same place. So any change that we're going to make is not going to affect anything anybody does on the front end. Yeah. So people can continue to donate on the front end. The finance department is going to sort that out on what to do on the back end.
Okay, let me read out yours. Let me read it out. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, let me read it out. Biafra Republic gov.org/donate. So someone like from me, I read it out from my timeline. I pegged it here on my profile, so I can go ahead with the donation through there, or like tell my friends to go ahead to donation through there.
Yes, you can continue the donation through there. Like I said, nothing changes on all the front end. If we have to change, then it's going to be on the back end. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I want to say here for now.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning, my Biafra people. Good morning, the Chief of Staff of Biafra government. Please, man, Ugo 247, I greet you, sir. Greet you, Princess. Ma, I have a question. Due to your explanation about what is going on, we thank you for coming up to clear the matters on ground. But I want to ask you, man, is it not okay to leave the people that Obatobiye assigned in their position? If you can add some people to them, you can add before Obatobiye command, since they were not giving any problem to the movement before, to leave them in their virus position. Is it not okay? That's my question, ma.
All right, thank you so much. Again, I think you only know what you know. As myself, as a person that is steering this ship, I know what I need to move this country forward. And if the PM has trusted me to do that, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Thank you.
Good evening. I don't know if my voice is coming up. Thank you. All protocol observed. I greet our COS and everybody in the house. I just have a one question and a contribution to make also. The question I want to ask our COS: how are you? I want you to assure us here that our men on the ground are not going to have anything lacking. Are you assuring Biafrans of that?
Again, there's a department.
And I want to make just a contribution, and I will allow you to answer my question. The contribution I want to make also is that will it be possible for you to come up on a Zoom meeting or on a space program with all your cabinet members so that we can see their support to what you are doing, the new cabinet that you just selected? I don't know if such a thing can be possible.
The new cabinet members, we are going to do that as time permits. We are going to do that once we have the time to do that. As you're aware, many cabinet members are very, very busy during this transition period. Again, when it comes to our angels, there's a department that is handling that, and you can reach out to the First Minister to answer your question. But I'm in touch with everything that is needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Chief of Staff, thank you very much. Ugo 247, Minister of Information. I thank you, everybody. Biafrans, I greet everybody. By my Chief of Staff, I have just a simple question. My question goes this way. You know, what we are fighting for now. We are in security challenge. You know what is going on in Biafra land. And my question now, how are you sure that these new people you are bringing is not going to sabotage our people? This is my question.
Okay, most of the people on the new cabinet, they were on the old brigade cabinet. And as far as the particular department, we have a defense department that takes care of the defense. Thank you so much.
Because the sky is your starting point, Her Excellency. Having said that, I want to appeal to everybody who is on brick cabinet to throw behind the COS and encourage her. She's a lady. She needs encouragement. She needs to be supported. You know, What a man can do, a woman can do better, but she needs encouragement. Her Excellency, please, I want to also advise you that the Obatobie can massage so many egos. You know, he's a man. In leadership and in this kind of struggle, you can massage so many egos to move forward. As a woman, you might not be able to do that, or you might not understand the intricacies. I want to implore you to, if possible, to the same path Obatobie is touring. Massage as many egos as you can massage, which will not bruise the Biafran struggle, so that all things can be going on well. Having said that, I want to please ask, since you are in direct contact with the Attorney General of our current who is in prison, can you give Biafran update about their president, about their prime minister? We want to hear what is happening, or what is going to be happening. Since they do every 2 weeks. Today we hear Nigeria, tomorrow we hear from different bloggers that he's a content creator, that. Please, can you be giving us authentic information, updating Biafra on a weekly basis, or even in 2-week basis, as the case may be, on what is happening to our prime minister in the Finland place? That is what I'm begging you, because Biafra wants to know the update. And having said that, I want to thank you once again for what you did in that convention, and I pray that you could tell them to protect and guide you. And I ask those who are bickering with you to please support you, support her. She's a lady. She needs your support, not to start, I know she may not know everything, but please support her, please. I hear you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I already gave the update earlier on the PM. Like I said, PM is hell, is hardy. They're just trying to hold him. No charges, no crime, nothing except that he's inciting us. And I get that update. They review his case like every 2 weeks. They say they are still investigating. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. And that is the update. As far as massaging egos, the style that PM uses to massage egos. Yes, you can massage ego to the point where it's not going to be detriment to destroying what you're building. Massaging ego on the right part, massaging ego and letting people do the right thing is very, very important. But when you massage ego, that you are a leader, and when you give order, the people under you don't follow that order. That's a destructive ego massage. And that's why some of the things you see right now is happening. So some people believe they follow Obatobie, they respect Obatobie, but when Obatobie gives order, they don't follow that. So that's not appropriate, that's not right. And it's gonna, when you neglect things like that, it will eventually do more harm to this struggle. And those are some of the things we want to put a square peg in a square hole and ensure that those that are working for this government, they understand their job, they understand the limits, they understand the principles of United States of Biafra, where we don't go back doing things the way Nigeria do that. That's why we're trying to move away from Nigeria. So again, everything we're doing is in line with what needs to be done right now to move us to the place where the country needs to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and God bless you. God bless you, madam. Keep it up. Keep it up. God bless you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to our able Deputy Prime Minister, to you, Ugo 247. All protocols observed, please. Let me go direct to my question. I have 3 questions. One is, Your Excellency, Ma, what is your administration doing to ensure that our Prime Minister comes out very soon? That's number 1 question. Second question is, knowing fully well that defense, people that communicate to men on the ground is the number one vital point regarding trust issues and people that are not going to betray. How do you choose the people working with men on the ground? Are they new people, new face, or have they been there? Third question, which is the last one. What are you doing to cut off the communication of invaders? Because anyone calling men on the ground from outside is an invader, and it really exposes them to some kind of danger. What are you going to do to address this particular issue and to cut their hands off? Because it will really bring a lot of betrayal to the men on the ground. I so submit, ma.
Thank you so much, Oranges. To your first question, what are we doing to ensure that Prime Minister comes out? Most Biafrans were in Finland this time around, and Finland has a process. If they say they are still investigating, there's nothing we can do about that. They don't have any. They don't have nothing against our PM. But like I said, this looks like a politically motivated issue. The barrage of facts and the barrage of evidences that we have against Nigeria government, they can't stand that. So we have everything needed to ensure that those accusations from Nigeria government does not hold water. But as far as their process is concerned, Finland is